ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्तमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। अथ चतुर्थोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच कर्मण्यः कर्म यः पश्येत् अकर्मणि च कर्म यः स बुद्धिमान् मनुष्येषु स युक्तः कृत्स्नकर्मकृत्। यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ज्ञानाग्निदग्धकर्माणम् तमागुः पण्डितं बुधाः
tamahuh panditam buddha.
This was the last shloka. Here, these are all important shlokas. Kaha buddhiman, yaha karmani akarma, yaha pashyet. Karmani karma yaha pashyet. Saha buddhiman. Saha buddhiman tam buddhaha panditam aguhu. Kamasalgalpavartitaha te. That is samarambhaha samyak arambhaha yasya fardam. Jnanagiruddha karmanam tam panditam iti buddhaha vadanti. But talking about a jnani. Yasya sarve samarambaha, samyak arambaha, samarambaha. That which has been started well. Arabhyate, iti arambaha, arabhyate. That which is started. Aramba. Referring to karma, the activity. Samyak, well. The activities which are well begun. It means the activities which are started well begun, means that is, it doesn't have any obstacles. It is intended for the common good, common people. Samyak arambaha. Why I say common good is, here we are talking about a jnani. Jnani, he revels in himself. Atmaratihi, atma santushtaha. Tasya karyam na vidyate. He doesn't have anything to gain by doing. Karmana praptavyam kimapi nasti. A person generally gains happiness by gaining something. His happiness is always dependent on the thing other than himself. Depends on many things. Many things or objects or persons or situations. Therefore, his happiness is always wavering, it is shaky, it is oscillating. Sometimes kadachitka santoshaha. It is kadachitka santushtaha. It's sometimes happy and most of the time unhappy. This is the lot of the samsaris, the common people. Whereas the happiness of a jnani doesn't depend on anything. It is centered on himself, centered on oneself. That doesn't gainable by any karma. That not gainable by karma. And that he had known very clearly. He has got that vision, samyak darshanam. Nishta is atmanishta. Therefore, he doesn't really have to do anything. He abides naturally in himself. And that is not subject to loss. Once gained, it is gained. Once muktaha is muktaha. Once pagunchkaya means pagunchkaya. There is no returning back. For him, what is the purpose of activity? That is why he said, Samyak Arambaha, well started, the activities means it is for the common good. It is not for oneself. It is not for any selfish purpose. It is for Loka Sangraha, Samyak Arambaha. And that also, that he does not out of any pressure, not out of any the binding desire. Kama sankalpa varjitaha, free from desire prompted. Desire prompting, not prompted by desire. Many people, they do social activity, they do public activities for for gaining name, for gaining status, some selfish purpose, selfish end may be there, motivated by some selfish ends. People, they do social activities, dharma karya, but this person, jnani, sankalpa varjitaha, kama sankalpa varjitaha. Sankalpa means it's a proposal. Sankalpa means proposal, a thought. Before doing a karma, an action, that in the level of thought, at the thought level, that is called sankalpa. Sankalpa alone manifests in the form of the action. Sankalpa vikalpa atmakam manaha. You have heard the word sankalpa. It's a thought. Sankalpa vikalpa, the oscillation, proposal and disposal. Proposal of a thing, of a thought. The thought proposes something. Then vikalpa dismisses. That's called sankalpa vikalpa. And the sankalpa vikalpa is there, means raga dvesha is there. Sankalpa doing implies raga, vikalpa dismissing implies dvesha. So sankalpa means vikalpa also. And that sankalpa vikalpa means raga dvesha. Varjitaha. Jnani is free from the forces of this raga dvesha. That is what sankalpa varjitaha is. Kama sankalpa varjitaha, not prompted by any desire. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangat teshu pachayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho vijayate krodhat bhavati sambuddhos. So kama is preceded by sankalpa. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pachayate sangat sanjayate kamaha. So the kama which is preceded by the sankalpa, the entertaining of that thought, that, and the thought only will become a desire. There's this, that the thought, and because of the thought there is a sangha, then sangha, because of sangha there is kama. Once the sankalpa becomes a kama, then that cannot be, one cannot dismiss, ajnani, I cannot dismiss it. As long as it in the form of sankalpa, yes, hold on it. Hold on that kama. Hold on that. It has not yet become a kama. Once it becomes a kama, then he is helplessly forced to take action. That is called kama sankalpa. That is called kama sankalpa. Kama sankalpa sahitaha. So, when we do puja, etc., we give our sankalpa, we do sankalpa, that is sankalpa. Sankalpa, we have, in the sankalpa, we give all our desires. Namo Partha, Samasta, Durita Kshedvara, Shri Parameshwara, Prityartham. Whether we require or not, we say Chaturvida, Palapurushartha Praptyartham. Chaturvida is moksha, is whether we really want moksha or not, but we say moksha is included. But we are interested in Dharmartha Kama. Then it comes a long list, what I want. We give all these are sankalpa, Kama sankalpa. We say Chaturvida, Dharmartha Kama Moksha Pala Purushartha Siddhyartham. Moksha just we add. But our focus is on Dharmartha Kama. That is Kama Sankalpa. Nothing wrong in that. Ultimately, all this finally should culminate in moksha. That is the idea. That is why Chaturvida Pala Purushartha Siddhyartham iti Sankalpa. It is taken. Whether you know it or not, whether you want it or not, later you may go for it. Therefore, it is the prayer is given at the beginning itself of any ritual, any prayer. We do the Sankalpa. It is fine. There is nothing wrong in that Kama Sankalpa. Jnani doesn't have Kama Sankalpa Varjitaha. That Sankalpa is not there. If at all he has Sankalpa, that is only for Loka Sangraha, Loka Sankalpa only, not Kama Sankalpa. It is a Sankalpa for the welfare of this world. In fact, one level above, the ultimate Sankalpa is presence itself will elevate the people around. He doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have to do anything. His mere presence alone will elevate the people. That is the ultimate sankalpa. So, therefore, his actions, the activities, samyak arambaha, activities which are not propelled by the kama sankalpa varjitaha, that implies jnanam. Kama sankalpa varjitaha is jnanam. All the actions of an ajnani are kama sankalpa sahitaha, whereas the activities of a jnani is kama sankalpa varjitaha. So that sahitaha varjitaha. If it is sahitaha, then it is ajnanam. If it is rahitaha varjitaha, then it is jnanam. Refers to jnani. Jnani whose activities, who has initiated activities free from the pressure, free from the urge, free from the desire to accomplish anything. So it's not, the activities are free from the propulsion of kama. That activity, that implies jnana. Jnani as, yes, jnanam, it doesn't have anything to gain because he has the oneness with Ishvara, Parameshwara. Therefore, by karma doesn't have anything to accomplish. Na karma na prajaya dhane na tyage naike amritattva nashuhu. Therefore, karma has got no purpose for him. He is free from karma. Shastra releases him from karma, even if he has not taken sannyasa. They are people who have not taken sannyasa, but they are jnani. They are atyashrami, like Ramana Maharishi and all atyashrami. Therefore, for them there is no kartavyam karma. Tena tektena punjita. That tena tektena. That kartavyam karma, that karma that needs to be done, that karma, when it has served the purpose, that they give up. Then after that, if at all jnani does karma, it is for loka sangraha, it is the appreciation of the Ishvara, that this Ishvararpitam karma. Like a sadhaka, a karma yogi, he does karma, Ishvararpana buddhya. Similarly, jnani also does. He doesn't initiate any activity with any desire to accomplish. It's all is sankalpa is Ishvara sankalpa. That is why we say sankalpa is Ishvara sankalpa. If you ask a jnani why this karma is taken up, this activity is taken up, he says it is Ishvara sankalpa. He will not say it is my sankalpa, Ishvara sankalpa. I remember I asked a question to Pujya Swamiji when the Gurukulam, Satsang. Rarely I ask a question. I asked this question. Swamiji has initiated a lot of activities. One is the teaching, that is main. Other activities, that social activity, aim for seva, etc. Many activities Swamiji has initiated. Who will be running? Who will be taking after all this activity after him? That I asked him when he was very well there in good health. Who will be taking care of this after him? In other organization, there are people who will succeed immediately after the main head passes away. The other person will be there. Immediately he will succeed and he will take up the activities and done. Like in Ramakrishna Math and all. The next person always will be there. Nothing stops for any person. All the activities of the mission that runs doesn't depend on any particular individual. immediately that next person will be appointed, all the activities will go. There is no time where the activities get stopped. Even in the head of the organization, when his body will be cremating in one corner, another corner, all the activities will be going on, regular activities. Nothing gets stopped. So I asked this question, who will take up after him? Then he said, I remember what he said. It is not I started all this thing with my with my icha. It's all Ishvara icha, Ishvara sankalpa. Let Ishvara take care. That's what he said. It's a good example. Kama sankalpa varjitaha. It is the pravritti, the karma is free from the kama, free from the pressure of kama. So, loka sangarahatam. The one who has started, he will take care. It is not I started. It is Ishvara sankalpa. Jnani's sankalpa is Ishvara sankalpa. Ishvara, how can Ishvara have kama? Everything is everything is belongs to him. How can he have kama? How can he have desire for the second thing? There is no second thing to Ishvara. He is. So therefore, kama sankalpa varjitaha. Therefore, is karma is Ishvara karma. So therefore, all the activities which have been initiated free from the any limit, the binding, the limited desire, propelled by any desire, free of desire, devoid of any sankalpa, propelled by kama, then jnanagni dagda karmanam, referring to that person, that jnani, who is jnanagni dagda karmanam, jnanameva agnihi jnanagnihi, tena dagda karmanam, all his actions are incinerated or burnt or all uprooted, completely uprooted, burnt, jnanagni. Jnanagni dagda karmanam. All his actions are burnt means he doesn't have kartrutvam. When kartrutvam is not there, what about the other karakas? This is called karaka upabardram. That shloka is going to come later. Brahmarpanam, 14th shloka. All the karaka upamardhanam happens. All the karakas, they get resolved into that which is free from karaka. Akarakam, Ishvaraha, Parameshwara. That is what is referred to by the previous shloka. Karmaniha akarma pashyet. Akarmani cha karmayaha. That one who sees akarma. Akarma is Ishvara. Ishvara doesn't have karma. How can Ishvara have karma? He is limitless, is free from karma, is partless, therefore limitless. Being limitless, all actions happen in all actions. If at all, if action, that is mithya. Ishvara is everything. So therefore, taking the meaning of the word akarma to be the one who doesn't have karma, or in him karma is not there. Karma is not there, I say, because is purnaha, limitless. How can in the limitless karma is possible? Karma is possible only when avidya is there. In purna Ishvara, how avidya is possible? Not there. Therefore, akarma. The word akarma referring to Ishvara. You can take the meaning of the word akarma to be Ishvara. Therefore, the one who sees Bhagavan in every karma, at the same time in every karma, at the same time he sees every karma in Parameshwara. That is, it is his glory, it's vibhuti. That is what Ishavasya Upanishad says. Yasta sarvani bhutani atman evanupashyati sarva bhuteshu cha atmanam. Even Taibalya Upanishad, Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam, Sarva Bhutani Chatmani, Sampashyan Brahma Parabham. Sarva Bhutastam Atmani, Sarva Bhutastam Atmanam, Sarva Bhutani Sha Atmani. That vision, that Brahma Darshanam, Ishvara Darshanam, that Jnanam, Purna Jnanam, that is Jnana Agni. Tena, all his karma are burnt. There is no prarabdha karma, there is no sanchita, there is no agami. All the karmas are burnt. Prarabdha is also burnt, the sense for the jnani, but from the standpoint of the world, it is as though he experiences prarabdha. So jnana vidagdha karmanam is by jnanena all the karmas are rooted, uprooted, burnt. Sanchita is burnt. And agami karma, whatever karma agami which he has done in this janma before jnanam, that also burnt. And after jnanam, whatever he does, if it is good karma, the punya palam will go to the worshippers of the jnani. If it is papa karma, then it will go to the people who does nindanam of the jnani. So agami karma also not there, distributed. And sanchita burnt. Prarabdha alone will remain. Because thank God prarabdha is there. Therefore only he is able to transfer the knowledge to his disciple. So therefore jnanagni dagda karmanam jnaninam tam panditam aguhu. He is called by the Buddhaha, the well-informed people, Buddhaha, as what? Pandita, as a jnani. Saha buddhiman, saha yuktaha, saha krishna karmakat jnani iti. He is called Pandita. Who is a Pandita? Gatasu, nakatasu, nushochanti Pandita, jnani. Pandita, the wise people, never entertain shoka. They never worry about anything with regard to the living or with regard to the dead. Therefore, they are free from worries. That is what the first shloka itself in the second chapter, that is the Upadesha. Bhagavan Krishna says, he gives a definition of what is Pandita. Pandita, they are free from the shloka. They don't entertain shloka. They don't worry about the past. They don't worry about the future. They live at the present with himself, oneself. Iti tam agu panditam. So it's a beautiful shloka. Then the next shloka. The karma cannot touch a jnani, cannot bind a jnani. All these are descriptions of the jnani. So you have to note, these are the, starting from this shloka, karmanya karmayaf pashet, descriptions of a jnani. Then this jnani is untouched by karma. That is presented. Na karma lipyate nare. Upanishad says, Ishavasya Upanishad, and that is presented here by Bhagavan. The next shloka, 20th shloka, we will read. Tyaktva karma phala sangam.
Sangam
Nityatrapto nirashrayaha.
Nityatrimnirashayah
Karmanyabhiprabhrittopi.
Karmanyavrittoppi
Eva kinchit karoti saha.
Naiva kinchit saha.
Eva kinchit karoti saha. This idea you will see in the 5th chapter also. Tyaktva, having given up, just give simple meaning and then you will see detail. Tyaktva, having given up. Having given up what? Karma phala asangam. Karmanaha palam, karma palam. Karma action, phala the result of karma. Karma palam. Karma phala asangam, karma phala asakti. Karma phala asakti. That is a pressure for gaining the karma phala, result of the karma. The pressure for enjoying the result of the karma. That is what we say attachment. You can use the word attachment, nothing wrong. But with understanding, jnani doesn't have attachment with the result. The jnani doesn't have any prayojanam. Doesn't have any prayojanam, doesn't have any utility, doesn't have any purpose by karma. And therefore karma phala. That is what it means, karma phala sangam. Whereas Ajnani has got utility. Ajnani does karma means he wants to enjoy the karma pala. So, therefore, asakti is there for Ajnani. Asakti is there, therefore only he does karma to enjoy the karma pala. Whereas Jnani, karma pala sangam tyaktva, having given up the karma pala. It is not something deliberately done by the Jnani. The karma pala asangam, that karma pala, that asakti drops from the Jnani. Once he has the knowledge, the samyak darshanam of oneself to be purnaha, limitless, then all the desires, that is the ultimate desire. That moksha is the ultimate purushartha. Artha, it is the ultimate artha, ultimate prayojanam, ultimate desire that has been gained. That has been gained not as an object, it is oneself. It is already gained. He has known, he has discovered that. So, for that person, that since there is nothing to be accomplished by karma, therefore karma asakti not there. It is just goes away from him. So it is not something deliberately he gives up the asakti, the attachment for the results of karma. It's not deliberate action. It is spontaneous. Jnanam is there, therefore karma pala asakti not there. Jnanam not there, karma pala asakti will be there. That is for ajnani. So that is not deliberate action here. Even though tyaktva, tyajidatu, to give up, is there, but it is not something deliberately done. It just happens. When jnanam happens, when jnanam takes place, karma pala asakti happens. Karma pala asakti drops from the person. Therefore, he is nitya truptaha. He is nitya truptaha, nitya vastu, nitya praptaha. He has gained the vastu. Gained the vastu means he has not by action, not by any physical, not physically, not by any action. He has gained in terms of knowledge. Therefore, it is nitya truptaha, atma truptaha. Nitya is atma. What is nitya? What is permanent? Atma is. Atma truptaha, all these are words of jnani. Nitya truptaha, ever satisfied. Ever satisfied means what? What is nitya? Atma is nitya. So atma truptaha. His tripti is in atma. His purnatvam is in atma. He has become purnaha, not become. He is purnaha. He has discovered himself to be purnaha. Therefore, karma pala asakti not there. Therefore, only I said it's not a deliberate action. It just happens. Once he discovers himself to be purna, then this karma or karma pala doesn't serve any purpose. It cannot add to this person. It cannot add anything to this person because he is nitya truptaha. Always he is truptaha. To the person who is always truptaha, what this karma can add? What can this dharmartha kama can add? So, therefore, is nitya truptaha. We have seen in the second chapter the same idea, nitya truptaha. Apuryamana machala pratishtam samudramapah pravishanti yadvat tatvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sashantimapnoti na kamakami. Kamakami shantim na apnoti. Whereas this person, kamayam pravishanti shantim apnoti. All the desires, the objects of desire, enter into this person and they gain what shanti. It doesn't cause any dent in the person. That is called karma pala sangam tyaktva. Free from karma pala. That's what nitya trupta. All are connected words. Then nirashrayaha. Nitya truptaha, nirashraya. Just now we saw in the Pashyam class. Vyapashayaha. The word Vyapashayaha, Nirashrayaha, you can see. Where we saw Vyapashayaha in the third chapter. Ayavatasya krute nartaha, akrutene gataschana, achasya sarvabhuteshu, kaschidartha Vyapashayaha. Just previous class we saw just now. Vyapashayaha means dependency. Ashrayaha means dependency. The same dhatu, Shri dhatu with Yat pratyaya. Then with the new upasarga, ni plus a. Ashraya, dependency. It doesn't have dependency on anything to be happy, anything to be fulfilled. Because he is self-fulfilled. Atma is always filled, fulfilled, satisfied, content, ever content. Therefore, his contentment, his tripti doesn't depend on anything else. Therefore, nitya triptaha. How can a person be nitya triptaha, always triptaha, unless he is the embodiment of the tripti? He should be the very meaning of the word tripti. Then only he can be nitya triptaha. And that can be only himself Atma. Therefore, nirashrayaha doesn't have dependency on anything, doesn't depend on people, doesn't depend on the situation, doesn't depend on objects. In spite of the situations, in spite of the people, in spite of the unpleasant also is a labeling word. It's a judgmental word. You judge a situation, you name a situation as pleasant or unpleasant. There's nothing called pleasant or unpleasant. So that being what it is, looking objectively, it is what it is. Based on your experience, since you label it pleasant or unpleasant, and for Jnani, it is meaningless. It doesn't have, only when you depend on something for your happiness, then you name the situation as pleasant or unpleasant. It doesn't have, Jnani doesn't have dependency on anything or any situation or any people to be happy. Therefore, nirashrayaha. All these are beautiful words. Tyaktva karma pala sangam nityatruptaha nirashrayaha. So the tyaktva, the word is important. Spontaneously gives up. Karma pala asangam tyaktva, asangam attachment. You can say that kartrutva, buddhi, that is not there. Kartrutvam not there. Therefore, pala asangam, bhoktrutvam not there. Only when karta is, bhokta would be. Karta not there, bhokta not there. So tyaktva karma pala asangam is karma asakti, pala asakti. Not there. In the wake of this jnanam, purna jnanam, jnanaktik dagda karmanam, refer to the previous shloka. The karma which have been burnt by the fire of knowledge. Therefore, tyaktva karma pala sangam, free from being bound by karma and karma pala, is nitya triptaha, ever satisfied. He is krishna krita. He is ever satisfied. He has got nothing to accomplish. He is krita krityaha, krishna krita, krishna karma krita. So therefore, he is nirashrayaha, ashraya ragitaha, doesn't have dependency, therefore doesn't take to any course of action, doesn't take any recourse to any action for accomplishing any purushartha. It doesn't require any sadhana. It doesn't require any sadhanam for self-fulfillment. The person is free from all dependency. For one's happiness is free from all dependency. It means the person is atma triptaha, atma santushtaha. The person has discovered that happiness to be oneself, that completeness, the adequacy to be oneself. Therefore, tasya karmani abhipravrittopi. Important line. Karmani abhipravrittaha. Pravritti, even though he is engaged in karma, karmani abhipravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. Saha naiva kinchit. Even though he is karmani abhipravrittaha, he may be acting, he may be performing the karma very enthusiastically. He may do the karma. Karmani abhipravrittopi The word abhi is important. Abhi pravritta. Well connected to the action, not attached. That's why he said enthusiastically. He performs the action very enthusiastically. Utsaha. That Utsaha will be there. Karmani abhi pravritto api. Well engaged in action, not with the attitude of boredom or not with the hatred. Well engaged. That utsaha, enthusiasm. Karmani abhi pravritto api. Saha naiva kinchit karot. It doesn't do. How can you say he engaged in action and he doesn't do? Seems to be contradictory. Doing is possible only when kartritvam is. Where karta is, there karma is. Karma pala is. Where karta not there, kartritvam not there. How can there be karma? The karma is there only from the standpoint of the onlookers. Only from the standpoint of the world, karma is. But it doesn't have karma. It doesn't do karma. Doesn't have kartritvam, therefore doesn't do karma. So the result of karma, what will happen to the result of it doesn't do karma, then what talk about the result? It's all Ishvara Arpitam karma. There is nothing he gains by karma. Yes, he has got nothing to gain. Kartrutvam not there, and also he has got nothing to gain by the karma. So whatever he does, it is Ishvararpanam. It is for Loka Sangraham. So Naiva Kinchit Karoti, that is important. That word Naiva Kinchit Karoti, doing at the same time not doing. It means is a Jnani. Jnani only can Jnani only can fit in this seemingly contradictory statement. Well engaged in action, even though he is well engaged, committed in doing a karma, at the same time, he doesn't do anything. He is free from action all the time because he is one with Atma. Atma cannot do karma. Atma cannot do karma. Atma is avikriyaha Atma. Atma cannot do karma and karma cannot be done over Atma. It is avyayam. It is sarvavyapi. It is sarvagataha, purnaha. Therefore, being one with the Ishvara, therefore, naiva kinchit karoti. He doesn't do any karma. So that karma, what he seems to be doing from the standpoint of the world, it is only a semblance of karma. We say it is karma abhasa. It is like the burnt rope. It cannot bind this person. It cannot bind this jnani. It can bind the ajnani who has got kartrutva buddhi, therefore bhoktrutva. All the karakas are present. For any kriya, the important karakam is karta. Any kriya means action. Kriya padam, verbal form, we know. So dhatus are there. Dhatu gives the meaning. Dhatu is the verbs. The verb means that is the action. Any action involves the karta. There is no dhatu without implying a karta. There are sakarmaka dhatus, akarmaka dhatus. In Sanskrita Vyakaranam we have seen. Dhatus can take a karma. They are called sakarmaka dhatu, some dhatus. Some dhatus do not take karma, akarmaka dhatus. With regard to karma, it is possible. Transitive verbs, intransitive verbs. With regard to karta, there is no such choice. Option is not there. Every kriya, every dhatu must have a karta. Tishtati, stand, it is akarmaka dhatu. Hasati, akarmaka dhatu. Shete, sleeps, akarmaka dhatu. But karta is implied. When I say shete means what? Saha shete or sa shete. Somebody is doing the kriya. So kriya is done by the karta. Therefore karta is a primary karakam. That is not there for a jnani. Kartrutvam not there. When that is not there, that's the prime factor. Prime karaka, primary karaka, not there. And what will happen to other karakas? When the foundation itself is shaken, the whole structure falls apart. Therefore, free from karaka. Therefore, na kinchit, naiva kinchit karoti. He doesn't do any action. He is actionless. That is what referred to by the word akarma. Karmani akarma ya pasye, the same thing. Karmani akarma is Ishvara, Atma. Atma cannot have karakas. Karmani in action involves karaka. Atma doesn't have karaka. In the karaka, the one who sees akarma, that is karakaless. Atma, saha jnani. That is what here it is said. Naiva kinchit karoti saha. It doesn't do any karma. He is free from action. Action is free from action, and therefore the seeming that the action, that karma, which seems to have the karma pala, is not bound by that. Not jnani is not bound by that. Therefore, he is punya papa ragitaha. Karma which gives palam, and palam in the form of punya papa, since he is free from karma, therefore is not touched by the results of karma. Punya papa, so punya papa ragitaha. Punya papam alone is the means, is a cause for the punarjanma, or it is the cause for the experiences in life. It doesn't have no punya, not punya. If one can say punyam is good, punyam is as binding as the papa. If papa is an iron chain, punya is a gold chain. He is not bound by any chains. He is free. Therefore, naiva kinchit karoti saha. It's a beautiful shloka. Then the next shloka also talks about these jnani. All these are descriptions of the jnani. As we saw in the second chapter, Sita Prajna, all these are connected. This is also the Sita Prajna Lakshanam only. Our Jnanishta is. We will read the next shloka, 21st shloka. Nirashir yata chittatma yatta sarva parigraha
सर्वपरिग्रहः
shariram kevalam karma
शारीरं केवलं कर्म
kurvannapnoti kilbisham.
कुर्वन्नाप्नोति किल्बिषम्.
Yes, some of the important words are the nirashihi, yata chittatma, tyakta sarva parigraha. Nirashihi. Nirashihi means the one who is free from ragadvesha. Nirashihi. The one from whom all the ragadveshas, all the desires which are based on ragadvesha. The desires are based on ragadvesha. Desire means that the one you like it, raga. The one you hate it, that is also a desire only. You don't want it, that is dvesha. What you want, what you don't want, both are, you have got desire for something, you have desire for that not to come to you. Therefore, you go away from that. Either it is getting or getting rid of it. Both are desire only. Either you go for it or go away from it. Desire. One is raga, other one is desha. The raga dvesha, that based desires have gone from whom? That person is called nirashihi. So nirashihi is nishkamaha, simple. The one who is free from desires. Desires are prompted by ragadvesha. Therefore, ragadvesha ragitaha, nishkamaha ityartaha. That is the nirashihi. It doesn't have any expectation. It doesn't have any expectation. Expectation could be a pleasant one or unpleasant one. If it is pleasant one, people go for it. If it is unpleasant, people go away from it. They want to get rid of it. This person is free from expectation. Expectation from anything, from people, from situation, or from objects. He doesn't label anything as a pleasant one or unpleasant one. Being what it is, he is free. So that is nirashihi, nishkamaha. Then yatachitta atma. This yata means this yata, prayatna, yatati, that yata. But here it is chitta atma. What is chitta? What is atma? Chitta is mind. Atma is body. Here you don't take the meaning of the word atma to be Satchidananda Atma. Here we have to take. Why? Because the word chitta is chitta meaning mind. So mind and the body. Yata, the one who has mastered. That is the body and the mind and the sense organs, they obey him. Chitta means the mind. Chitta means memory. The meaning of the word chitta means memory. Memory means it's a part of the mind. The mind alone plays the role of chitta. Manaha buddhihi chitta, chittam ahankaraha. So it's referring to the mind. And the atma is body. Body means what? Body which has this indriya, jnanendriya, karmendriya, the organs of perception, organs of action. So the one, the chitta is chitta is meaning mind. Atma meaning the body, which means we can take it to be the external organs of perception, the jnanendriya, karmendriya. So these both are antarindriyam and bhagyendriyam. Both are yataha. He has got both shama and dhamma. That is what it's in other words. He has got shama and dhamma. That is, he has got everything under his vasha. That is called yata chittatma. Yata chittatma chittam cha atma cha chittatmanau yatau yena saha chittatma. The one is the one for whom all this antarindriyam, that is mind, bhagyendriyam, this jnanendriya, karmendriya, all these are under his vasha. He doesn't go after them. They come after him. That's the difference. So, therefore, he's got self-mastery. He's a shami, he's a dami. In other words, shamaha asya asti, shami. One who has got shama, mastery over mind. One who has got mastery over sense organs, dami. So therefore, chittatma means shami and dami. The one who has mastered. And the mastery also he has not done like you gain mastery over a particular art, a particular thing. This mastery is because of this jnanam. Therefore, it is spontaneous. Once he recognizes himself to be the Atma, which is not bound by this body, mind, sense, it is not confined, it is free, Purna Atma, then what is this body, mind, sense, organs? Natural mastery he gains because of this jnana. The mastery over sense organs, the mastery over mind is required for gaining this jnana. That is relative mastery. That is what we call sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. After gaining the jnanam, this mastery becomes natural for that person. In Sthapragya Lakshana, we saw. So that which is sadhyam, that which is sadhya accomplished by the siddha is a sadhanam for the sadhaka. We discuss in Sthapragya Lakshanam. What are the sadhanams for a sadhaka? that which is accomplished by, or that which is seen in the Siddha is a sadhanam for the sadhaka. That is why faking it and making it. How was Sita Prajna behaves? That is why Arjuna asked, Sita Prajna se ka bhasha, kimasita, kimasita, kim rajeta iti. How does he walk? How does he talk? So that he can fake it and make it. So that he can, not that not that he just imitate and be a hypocrite. That is not the idea. So that he can also follow him. That is the idea. So the Shama and Dharma, which were the sadhanam for gaining the jnanam, now that becomes natural for this person after jnana. So relatively, the Shama and Dhamma is required for gaining jnanam, and when it is gained, it becomes Purnam. He has got natural mastery over his body and over his mind. Therefore, only I said this mastery is spontaneous because of jnanam. So nirashihi yatachittatma, referring to this person, jnani, tyakta sarva parigraha. Tyakta, again the word tyakta, tyaktva karma pala, tyakta, referring to this person. It's a Bhaguri samasa. Tyaktaha sarva parigraha yena saha tyakta sarva parigraha. Parigraha means possession. Sarva parigraha means all possessions. All possessions is mamatvam. That mamatvam, possessions need not be only objects or things. It could be the persons, the relations, everything. Tyakta, given up by this person. Not deliberately, again. It just drops. It just drops from this person. It doesn't own anything. At the same time, he owns everything. Everything is his. Why should he particularly own a certain set of people, certain set of people or things? Everything is his. Therefore, Tyakta Sarva, the whole world is his. He is the Jagat Karanam Brahma. Everything is he only. So therefore, what does he have to possess specifically? Nothing. Therefore, Tyakta. Again, the word has to be understood properly. Tyakta Sarva Parigraha means he has given up all the possession. That all the the one who has given up all the possessions. Again, not deliberate. From him, all the possessions are dropped. They withdraw. The possessions withdraw from the person. It's not possessed by anything. It's not possessed by mamatvam. It doesn't have akankara, doesn't have mamakara. What is the cause for possessions? Mamatvam. Aham te mama. That is not there for this person. Therefore, tyakta sarva parigraha. The parigraha is a problem. Parigraha is a samsara. He is tyakta parigraha. He has given up. The translation is given up. Again, given up is spontaneous. Out of jnanam. Not deliberately. Not that he gives up one thing today, tomorrow another thing. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to say a story. A person, he had 3 wives. And there was another person, he had only 1 wife. That his wife, the person who had 1 wife, was telling to that person, you know, that person who had 3 wives is dropping one by one. He has dropped the first one last week. He has dropped the second one. And he will drop the next one next week. And he is going to take sannyasa. Then this person said, sannyasa doesn't come by that way. Here now I drop. And he drops everything and takes sannyasa. So it is not dropping the possessions one by one. Drop it. That moment you drop it. Spontaneous. Tyakta sarva parigraha. Shariram kevalam karma. The second line. Shariram kevalam karma. Kurvan apnoti kilbisham. Kevalam, the karma he does, It is for what? Shariram. It is for Shariraya. Shariram is Sharirartham, for the purpose of Sharira. For the Sharira Sthiti Prayojanam. Because we saw before, no one can remain without karma. At least for the sake of the Shariram, one has to keep doing karma. Nakarmana manarambat, Naishkarimim Purushoshtote, Nachasanya Sanadeva, Siddhim Samadhikashchati, Nagikashit Kshanamapi, Jatu Tishtatya Karma Krita, Karyate Evashak Karma, Sarva Prakti Jay Gunagi, we saw. So, at least this for the sake of this body, one has to do karma. Nobody can remain free from karma. Jnani doesn't have Sharira Abhimana. But Shariram is there. But Shariram is there and Prarabdha is there. Shariram will continue as long as the Prarabdha is there. Therefore, he does karma. That karma is also a semblance of karma, not really karma. This is karma only from the standpoint of the onlookers. So, for the maintenance of the body, whatever is required, because Prarabdha is there. Jnanam is there. Therefore, he will not commit suicide the next day. Jnanam, suicide also involves that free will. And he doesn't have a separate free will. His will is Bhagavan's will. So let the prarabdha continue. Whatever the shariram has to undergo, that will undergo. So therefore, for the maintenance of the shariram, because this is Ishvara Srishti, you cannot abuse it. It is Ishvara Srishti. So therefore, whatever the sharira has to undergo, whatever required for the maintenance of the shariram, without abhimana for the shariram, therefore it does karma. Therefore, by that, na apnoti kilbisham. It doesn't get any kilbisham, any papam. So what the idea is, this maintenance for the maintenance of the shariram, it doesn't mean it has got sharira buddhi. Sharira abhimana is there, therefore that is not the idea. It is for the shariram has got prarabdha, so it will continue as long as it is there. Therefore, for the maintenance of the shariram, it does karma as much required for it. By that, it doesn't gain any papam. So you cannot judge a jnani by his external activities. Kartrutvam there or not, that matters. That alone decides whether the person has wisdom or not the mere activities. If you look at the mere activity, then you may say he is an ajnani. But jnanam is, how will you know that whether a person is a jnani or not? Does he have any special attribute after jnanam? No. So therefore, you cannot judge a person by his external activities. So therefore, this is called jnana karma sannyasa. Jnana karma sannyasa means the physical activities, it doesn't matter. For the maintenance of the shariram, whatever to be done, it does. Physical activities. That doesn't matter. What matters is the jnanam. So therefore, by jnanena, sarva karma sannyasa, jnanena, the kartrutva tyagena, sarva karma sannyasa. Is a sarva karma sannyasi. That person, the jnani, is sarva karma sannyasi. In fact, he is a real sannyasi. Even though he has not taken sannyasa, he is a real sannyasi. Even if he is a grihastha, he is a sannyasi because he doesn't have kartrutva buddhi. So therefore, kilbisham na apnoti. He doesn't gain any papam. Doesn't gain any. Kilbisham means papam. Kilbisham is papam. Literally, the literal meaning of the word kilbisham is papam. Or we can take it's not bound by that. Kurban apnoti kilbisham. Shariram kevalam karma kurban. Kevalam is only just for the sake of the maintenance of this body. The purpose of this body is to exhaust, is all prarabdha karma. All prarabdha. Because sanjita agami gone. Therefore, prarabdha karma, to exhaust the prarabdha karma. Kurvanapi, while living, it does karma, action with this body for the sustenance of the body. Kilbisham na apnoti. Kilbisham means papam, but we can take punyam. So he is not touched by the punya papa. The process of maintaining the sharira is not touched by punya or papa. Neither by punya nor by papa. Why? Jnanagni dagda karmanam. Yes, burnt the kartrutvam by jnanagni. Therefore, kilbisham can literally kilbisham in papam, but we can take here this context punyam also. Is not touched by papam or punyam. So, kevalam shariram karma kurvan, even though doing karma for sharirartham, sharirasati prayojanam, kilbisham na apnoti, is not touched by the papa punya, is free from that. His karma is only for the exhaustion of this prarabdha. So prarabdha is there. Prarabdha is already started. That which has been started, you cannot stop immediately. A vehicle running at a speed of 150 kilometers, even if you put a brake, it will take some meters for it to stop. Similarly, this also, the prarabdha is there. Prarabdha vashat, this jivanam chalati. The jivanam goes. Once the prarabdha is over, he happily removes this garb, this vastram, vasamsi jirnani, and he doesn't take another one because he is jnani. Punarjanmana vidyate tasya. So this jirnani vastrani vihaya, and it becomes free once for all. That's called videka mukti. So in the process of maintaining the shariram, kilbisham na apnoti. If that question is asked, Bhagavan Krishna says, no papa or no punya will accrue to him. That is what I said, agami karma. Whatever karma he does after jnanam, the result of that karma will go only to the people. If it is punya karma, it will be shared with the people who praises a jnani, who worship the jnani. If it is papa, if it doesn't do papa, but by mistake, if it does some papa, like trampling on some insects, etc., that papa will go to the people who criticize him, who abuses him. Iti. I think Bhagavan Krishna says, next shloka, we will see that in the next class. Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaistavai Vedai Sangapadakramopanishadai Gayanti Yam Samagaha Jnanavastitadgadena manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidusura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Om Purnamadah Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. धन्यवाद.
धन्यवादः गुरुजी.
धन्यवादः
हरि ओम गुरुजी. धन्यवादः.
धन्यवादः जी.
धन्यवाद.